there's a little bit, but it needs to be entirely that. Like at least in the like if you explicitly follow someone, that's one thing. But if you, in terms of what is recommended from people that you don't follow, that should all be AI.
I mean, it's a fascinating problem.
Yeah.
So there's several aspects of it that's fascinating. First, so as the write-up goes, it first picks 1,500 tweets from a pool of hundreds of millions. First of all, that's fascinating because you have hundreds of millions of posts every single day, and it has to pick 1,500 from which it then does obviously people you follow, but then there's also like some kind of clustering it has to do to figure out what kind of human are you, what kind of new clusters might be relevant to you, people like you. This kind of problem is just fascinating because it has to then rank those 1,500 with some filtering.
Yeah.
And then recommend you just a handful. And to me, what's really fascinating is how fast it has to do that. So currently, that entire pipeline to go from several hundred million to a handful takes 220 seconds of CPU time, single CPU time.
Yeah.
And then it has to do that in like a second. So it has to be like super distributed in fascinating ways. Like there's just a lot of tweets.
There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff on the system. And I think right now it's not currently good at recommending things that from accounts you don't follow.
Yeah.
Or where there's more than one degree of separation. So it's pretty good if there's at least like some commonality between someone you follow liked something, or reposted it or commented on it or something like that. But if there's no let's say somebody posts something really interesting, but you have no followers in common, you would not see it.
Interesting. And then, as you said, replies might not surface either.
Replies basically never get seen because they're currently, I'm not saying it's correct, I'm saying it's incorrect. Replies have a couple order of magnitude less importance than primary posts.
Do you think this can be more and more converted into end-to-end neural net?
Yeah. That's what it should be.
So
the recommendations should be purely a vector correlation. Like there's a series of vectors, just basically parameters, vectors, whatever you want to call them. But sort of things that the system knows that you like. Like maybe there's like several hundred sort of vectors associated with each user account, and then any post in the system, whether it's video, audio, short post, long post. The reason I, by the way, want to move away from tweet is that people are posting like 2-3 hour videos on the site. That's not a tweet.